Ken, Mamisha sent free Liverpool ni Manchester City na mi rera na mi ra games bi bremu. Inti ya mo de two no bi asusu nya na de kakra. Na in fact, just unfortunate to say game I share ye no. A dream rebi na kwakoye Van Dijk goal or no goal. Coach Anna Slot essay Ojitum Manchester City played well than them. City for deserve say was so winning. Na Denti and the coach ne Ekasa, that is where I want us to take the game from. Inti joining me now fe yendi komo kakra. Na MPP on say radio there you need to educate, entertain and inform. Na we follow ya. Debia me analyze the game and me catch out say team weakness, strength in ye, the weakness in ye. Now the last time I mean deal with the Liverpool home come on. Me catch out say senior and a slot buy in the first preseason game. The bay analysis catch out say and susunya me want and a slot any Jürgen Klopp and say and a slot a defend in a 4-2-4. What can I say? Me taka sa asam no. Na me catch out say weakness was sa pressing ni mu na ensesa. Can't for me start the game no na yenko starting from the 31st minute na ending komo. Sa ana slot ya me can asem say ni game ensesa Ken Manchester City versus Liverpool. How is Liverpool pressing? Can we squeeze this one saying the same 4-2-4 into an slot pressing and sasa. Maybe what you say. Let's build it from there. Now the last time I catch up say Sadio way our weakness. Weakness I wanna say. Mohamed Salah debia coach no a position inside. Into debia no opponents and Liverpool be bobia on left back or bobo ni bebre. Into me more examples to say last season Liverpool versus Paris Saint-Germain advantage son Nuno Mendes it take here because style no sad it's here. Me more evidence where a Liverpool versus Paris Saint-Germain. And I me sound so more evidence me sound so the bako air can hold their child say Real Madrid versus Liverpool and Rechi Alvaro Carreras ne nanka bo ni bebre me ba chaw den na okay. And no game I share weekend game I share. Nico O'Reilly the same thing. Famiko now fe me no body in here. This is a problem and a slot needs to solve. Me ba chaw screens no so Nico O'Reilly oyeden free. Inti sa 4-2-4 pressing no sa weakness no de bia a show and a slot and find a solution. Now the difference between sending Liverpool ball pa against Real Madrid and sending Wednesday who so cry against Manchester City. Sa tactical tweak kakra maybe no ba be din komo kakra. Shade. Can't go chiba ko na menche wade. Esan say weakness kakra. Ewo Liverpool for right to be a Salah gina no. Hwe in the Real Madrid game time will be an boni bedi Alvaro Carreras wa. Or the ball no kwa watch the position Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior almost a left wing and the Debiano or bar line also. Into Debia corner Bradley Enyano. 1v1. Into the position of Vinicius Junior. Watch it very carefully. But nobody didn't come on about Manchester City then because Liverpool and Sassan and Sano. Into in the Manchester City game, baby a Vini na Ojina Debia no Ojina left wa. Debia line no Ojina no. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola decided the second next one. Say, Jeremy Doku, me manning Gina line also. Rather, I will position him inside. Difference kakra no. Inti, Nico Reali, to said ye, Carreras na oye free no, de bia umi no me free. Rather, Vinicius Junior na Estevao line also in the Manchester City game. Jeremy Doku, Pep Guardiola decided say obe position inside. Na Ken obi anfa na ni hwa hase na me no monko kakra. Ken baby a Jeremy Doku gina no. Conor Bradley na air fan. Se Conor Bradley Efa Jeremy Doku na Doku aba inside na o follow no then ekire na say left one Manchester City's left or Liverpool's right ehwo ye free inti Nico O'Reilly ebenya chance ay overlapping no. But in the Real Madrid game, Carreras the footballer or coping because Vinicius Junior age na sa bar line ho. But one was because Liverpool are doing their normal 4-2-4 press. They are Tosubio. Nyema kakra Pep Guardiola from the Real Madrid game. I am sure Pep Guardiola studied Liverpool Real Madrid game. And why tactical changes kakra. They are Tosubio. Nico Gonzalez, a Manchester City defensive midfielder. City prisoner Nico Ekwa two center backs na ho Ruben Diaz Josko Vardiol no ma be three na omo ye build up no because of Jeremy Doku na Ryan Cheki omo positioning say Manchester City advantage because they bia no Nico O'Reilly dignity where the central overload social television no so City for na overloading Real Madrid for in the midfield
Liverpool.
Sorry, overloading Liverpool for in the midfield. Jeremy Doku, Cheki, Bernardo Silva, omo midfield. Now, Kwechi ba kwena menka solution. This is why I feel say I'm slotted to the bisus wa blame no omo fama no. Shadie. Uko Real Madrid game afadi amao. Wa ba game we eniama asesa Manchester City asesa position ne kakra. Ken wo hwe screens no so a. De bia Manchester City were one man free Nico O'Reilly. Into then was a Liverpool ye. When him say Liverpool easily can decide that say ebia Conor Bradley and for Nico O'Reilly. Na Konate and so engineer Jeremy Doku so Val Van Dijk engineer Haaland so that would be man-to-man press. Instead of the zonal thing that they are doing. So oko man to man na say obia marking yonko. But coach na nyesa because osuro say what the Van Dijk ejina Haaland so anakonate ejina ejina Haaland so a emfa osuro, which I felt to say kese so try because that was the only solution say because of the position of Manchester City's players in midfield. The only way Liverpool could have stopped Manchester City from progressing the ball yes man to man, but Liverpool anya sa and allow Manchester City so yes and yes on the other side Pep Guardiola had your Liverpool team no omo back four no they are making proper progressive pass very Van Dijk me boa obi a yeka say on ball wrong diagonal passes Van Dijk obi no bitimi ato no Manchester City press here Haaland ejina Van Dijk so no mama Konate opportunity say ball no farmer Konate into a ball ni we no Konate enya most passes in the game or pass maku 70 into City's press was built in a way say instead of you getting Liverpool for air finding Virgil van Dijk send a diagonal pass to Mohamed Salah will not allow that, rather allow Konate to have the ball and until the mood didn't attempt no the nine body be but also it was a statical plan from Pep Guardiola. Into me feel some more game no coach ne tweaking and nyamani bi kakra share adewa ya Pep Guardiola ye and yes sir was Pep Guardiola studied the Real Madrid game. This is Manchester City versus Bournemouth. And yet the same thing. I'm like, Pep Guardiola had the same thing against Bournemouth. So, and I thought, then I encore back in question because in the Bournemouth game, he positioned Jeremy Doku and then the wingers in the central midfield. And that game, City for almost trashy, almost my bomb of cry easy. Just a game near for 4-4 Estevao. Well, anyway, me some no doors into my own body to. Jeremy Doku die, me one home come which me no more special.
City back for Vinicius. Say Doku as a fight.
Ken Vinicius no die say City wa Kenya mon kofa no.
Okay.
Doku na fi no
yibi a. Ne born die F.
Hey,
150 million so die.
Vini die Otanya or left wingers ne wo wiase no do was say ni mboche no. Start
150 die.
Oh, I mean,
Sebiana for Lamveti mo cry 100 and something.
Ken Vino a top class player. I mean, she's got craving a wabe benya. Mean some na me bobon ye mani bi dia kan to. Premiership no. Mama last season table as at match day 11. Maybe can't send me the actual. Last season as at match day 11. See, now Liverpool lead 28 points. Man City were 23 points. Chelsea 19 points. Arsenal 19. Afi Arsenal were 26. Manchester City were 22. Chelsea were 20. Liverpool were 18.
As a Chelsea, one more point.
Chelsea, one more point. Liverpool are dropping by 10 points.
10 points.
And Arsenal for so 7 more points at the account. City are dropping points. Liverpool are dropping points. Chelsea, 1 more point. But Arsenal, mom, and I appreciate 7 points.
After 11 matches
After 11 matches. Into what the last year, any this year, but to one. Teams ningi na no Arsenal na ya de pa. But you see, leg no had me feel say experience kakra Edgar so every Arsenal. Arsenal the leading league table see ya watch Manchester City move. Arsenal are panicking.
Who is more panicking?
Why? Because they had a draw against Sunderland. What him say? Senior international break ya. Nke betia faso because Arsenal kobebo Tottenham, wabo Bayern Munich, wabo Chelsea. Panic because Manchester City are Liverpool. Because Sunderland mono. These are some of the games. Ebetu obiawo. Sunderland obo long balls. Chelsea intimi sa long ball. Nti no me say, they share Chelsea last minute no. Omu defend here 11 players inside the box. Share through sad goal now share you know. Fact we Bremen. Through sad ball now boy you know. All ball no. Kind of number of players are now penalty box anymore. Every single player omu defending very very deep. It is difficult to play against them. Long balls and go on. Inti I under one of those games ebetu obia. BBNC wa Arsenal. So where is the panic coming from? Nyame do international break ni don't be save wo kakra because I think say e unnecessary. Relax and play your football. BBNC.
But Sunderland share Chelsea near Arsenal bodro.
That's all we no long balls throwing up people no who Dan Balland go no shame. Goalkeeper na Simon Rufus never ball. All born in Mukwela Mukwele Eko Soro na wapema diaba Dan Balland no about long balls. Almost all no. Anyway, Ken. Share Madrid for mu ya yi. Me share Vallecano game ni bi. Last season the perception said Madrid ye penalty FC no. It is beginning to affect them. Last season, omunya 14 penalties in the season. Season way ya about 12 games. We nya 6. Now I say or average 1 penalty every 2 games. Sad ye no em say ADD omunyina etrim. Because the Jude Bellingham incident I saw. Again. Defender no Pep Charadia or Chino. On said the intention be was said defender an air clear ball. And only Jude in now kugu for my that is fine. But he had no intention for the ball. But I say me yet me susu I'm just assuming he said Emsa Madrid for no mu ya yeshi. Entina sadi we yet to because this I saw a clear penalty. Barcelona and Celta Vigo na a tricky game. Barcelona no be international break bi almost suffer. Okay, say omo Vallecano ball 1-1. Sevilla esho mo 4-1. Ni nyina na be international break. And especially when you are coming up against Celta Vigo, no about 8 games na on lose game. Na a tricky game. Na me no be di ho nkomo kakraken. Hwe go na Barcelona concede. Obia highlighted sa highline way. I agree. This highline was very porous. Now watch this. Defender no, ana obe make it touch be. My boy nko. Obon say obe make it touch be. It was so wrong. Hade. Ana how why mistake goalkeeper. What just says ni the radio. Hey. No, but this is serious because Sergio Carrero I left fullback. Ana Bono Baya na goalkeeper no or retrieve or konechi. And a boy no over touchy ball. No.
I'm a po no mu yekese.
I mean, why do you do this? Because we a sweeper goalkeeper there. First of all, you organize. 2, you sweep. How do you sweep? Say defenders no you follow to keep a distance.
Obi so beka say ni defenders ni chase nti oba be dey.
No. Until the week here see. Born time na etom no. So position ni hu ya. And a defender ni overhit ya. And come close space no. But what the before playing a ball. So when your video ni dia man fafa Steven no so kakra be mamia. Before defender ni be ball no. Na amapo ni ma ye kese.
Yeah, when you close.
I mean, why do you do this? Hey, in you na ojinaponi or train a professional goalkeeper. But you see, the highlight is on the highline. No,
or the some you know, call for ball.
What just says she need not him the last season. No, meaning what is happening.
On castle better go. One of my friends, so better go. No bomb. Mr. Or your last players will be a canasem. But mammy, go back. Nejina pass way, go back. Some go back. Na play on a touchable no original.
Iglesias pass.
One pass. Five players. So pass we pa cause if we been a passable we are. And can then we are so players I can see on Majijo Mudin. PR for been a year we are. Gracias will be unfair in your way. So between your pass and all my
pass was super
5 players, super, 1 ball.
Super. And a highline the problem about goalkeeper no game with the back in game where Marcus Rashford game. I think say the assist to Lewandowski was good, yes, but sa Lami Yama goal no sa ama and you call recessa ka game the best sa.
Okay.
Some moments no was the game changer. Rashford far ball no on acquire crosser ball no a deflect here better Lami Yamal ni more share because I go na ma and you call recess na game no be in a parity in Casam Wesi.
Sir, and crown on and say, because Omo award was 60 be pray. Rashford born a touch you be.
And you say, no, Rashford assist.
And your Rashford on Kwama who be brave this season. I will games in the bremo. Ball, Obi to me, ball, Emane Kobe. Be a defender, and yes, or clear, and co. Nay, the assist, I must have piano. And the not fan base, no more pen numbers, no more that. But a league and a Premier League award,
Moriba in a Nike, and it sounds so sound direction.
Sounds sound direction.
You know, any day assist, but on one cast, any day when you film.
Omo can assist,
and assist because still. The 9 kind of sounds a direction and no problem, but it's a sad direction. And a man ever told Lami Yamal. But my point is that some moments, no,
any change
in it's a game.
But that's Chelsea. Chelsea, Chelsea Estevao. Me who player, one of Chelsea supporters, Timmy Sasa. Why are they?
Estevao,
as he said, yeah, why are they? Omo managing ye supporters in Yabutre. Omo managing ye pa,
I agree.
But Omo manam ranka. How man wa babo kakra.
Because Pedro Neto is also doing well.
Net to the Portugal national team no World Cup no mo na ekobo.
The only problem at Chelsea is still the number 9.
Okay.
Dilap no.
I think say omo yem fonso Osimhen na esen komoto. Komo ye Osimhen na kombe league no.
And a defender. Yeah. Osimhen kwa. Omo ye Osimhen na komoto defender.
Because born na Osimhen na boy you no anu ehye.
So in case so mutuya 20 million for Mike Mignon. Na wato defender bako established one na or the Osimhen can one.
Compete. Biggie. For long vet the answer that as you say there. Ashe.
Nyenhye.
Say ya. How's that call Madrid no? Ashe say ya. Oh, ebe fasa. Na she. Yanko.
Liverpool, the Manchester City game, there were a lot of tactical dealings in the game from the part of Pep Guardiola as a coach. Pep Guardiola won the 1000th game as a manager there. Definitely not me expect to say or back crowning with something big. Now and Nema Koye the Manchester City ball boko. Until they win for Manchester City, not me surprised. Aside that, Manchester City ball boko na problems kaka. It was season nimo. But can say what Manchester City last 4 matches on my ball in all competitions. Clearly, we are seeing the Manchester City everybody wanted to see at the start of the season. And near Manchester, And you look at certain players' performance for Manchester City Bobo Kunuma. Omoka Humbi. Aside Pep Guardiola tactical and Nema Oyeno and a Nema SSM, because no matter the tactics you are going to deploy, I am ranting a Begina Park and a sort of Ken, I'm going to executive plan the amount. Na Nema ko ye the amount. Say all the plan neba, all the tactics neba. Na players ne Begina Park and it's where I can executive plan na. Or tactics and emphasobia maso. Or tactics and enko baby. There are certain individuals in the Manchester City setup, and it is helping Manchester City. For the past 3 games, Nasha feel Foden performance at the Manchester City Bobo Kono. Clearly, Foden now you at the point no ye off color. See a Foden Nasha see peja the Manchester City Bobo Kono. I thought that obeshe. Even on the days I one sham from Manchester City, utu and near Matata, general play and performance, eye test from the player Phil Foden, there is a massive change. Adia Bakwana City Bobo Koni Suhu pa Rodri injury. Rodri ni ho. Why never Babo game the Manchester City? Because there have been players I had my bat team nimu. But performance didn't mean do Rodri standard no. Until now all the story be brave. So Pep Guardiola fan and wagene. So person kokope Jao Neves. And then about Manchester City Bobo Kono because of few say. To Corona Rodri ja to no. Injury na ya recurring onu ne betimi afele. But so share the game against Liverpool very well. Bona Nico Gonzalez boy. Edema Manchester City. E won fin hono no. E confirm at the Crontia Yemubi oba Manchester City Bobo Konim na nipa binumani aje. For the first time this season, he controlled the game for Manchester City won fin ho. On my Liverpool midfielders and Fasobia ama omuso. Bon ube jinam all right. But obe also no na control the game ni won fin hono. Ejuma na Rodri passes distribution, hard tackles. It's a destructive midfielder and I said defensive midfielder. And the boy on the team no. Nico Gonzalez for the first time was there. Owie or Sansu nya go ka ho. Edema Manchester City Bobo Kono. Aside eno, look at the performance of Jeremy Doku. Edia ipa na edibo Doku achi. Die na nipa edibo Doku achi ne say, Doku betimi afa ball na twi the whole park. Ne ntwe ne de news. But adi odi abeka the game ne ho na enka ho. The end product. Doku twi the whole park we are no abobo na to atwene. Pass no obema enkosi ni nipa so. On create chance and fast assist man team fast obi ama na ntwe ne so. But this season, you look at Jeremy Doku, adi changing the game ni nyina the end product. Otwi we are or the ball no be man nipa, the final delivery. On days or no so bebem no betimi so asan achebi. It is who faces such a side. Now with defensive units and anya stronger, Konate mistakes are not all ye. Look at the timing for the jump against Ellen Brot Haaland. I know some Haaland this year go. Edema Manchester City Bobo Kuna first go now. Abranti and the timing for the jump was wrong. Haaland every jano and a blocking in the air. And a Haaland FR bono what's in the strength and in the height any BBR. Aside look at quite fast or course a penalty against Jeremy Doku. Sabona Haaland boy answer. It's on the day the performance of the Liverpool defense it was poor. Conor Bradley and I movie feels a pair Jumo year Vinicius Junior. It will be me stop Jeremy Doku no. It was as if saying numpo and I want to stop Vinicius Junior no. And at the time who here was said he gave Doku too much space. Can play a one chair. Now always speed. Oh manage ball no than who face our problem. So most of the time, person you play and you should go for a man-to-man marking. Or tari player or J ball and the other by an audio because man the time in this space or how. And these were some of the things that are contributing to the success of the Manchester City team. And Manchester City is more ready to the occasion. No we jam bobo on the Manchester City and when we have results those players were there. Again, Ellen Brot Haaland. Manchester City has 23 goals in the Premier League. Haaland and 14. And the Manchester City Bobo Kono. And the City you're fortunate say when you're a striker and I say number 9. All my numbers the more because we're Premier League now. For the past 3 or 4 seasons, teams in the Premier League now. Obianya player back one numbers in the Dawson. Last season when Liverpool was winning it, now Mohamed Salah. Can you go contribution, assist any goals? No a BM 29 goals. No the assist be 18 so say aka ho e dia matim no say adwuma na Haaland e dia Manchester City Bobo ko.
I think that's no problem this boy no.
Eno e na di fie be ba Arsenal fo mu no.
Enye Man City na Arsenal. Menye so say Man City na Arsenal.
Kin Pep Guardiola
this boy.
Aside Haaland.
Me ba go now share no. Na hwe nsi yo. Sir, head no.
Yes.
City players no want to beat Manchester go.
Oh, Haaland na.
The name man be wa or the change game no crowd.
Yes.
And the players in now confident because I go in the buy no. Omunya hoden bobo na yeso mo yede. Omobo. Boy no, masia observe on name ba kum you know. E won game no ntisi. Woni so o withdraw pa. This or drop it pa.
Yes.
This was a the ball no. Or drop it ba e be fa. E build up on be na omko.
And it hasn't been a trait of him alone. A lot of the Manchester City players. Shakwayan and say Bernardo Silva faso bobo. Bernardo Silva na he's a soft player. Offensive minded. But today, Bernardo Silva he plays more or less like a central midfielder. Or the tackles can game no. Shany movement or corner him. When he's needed to come and defend or sign swaba. Oppressive very well. But in players from diminutive, I am getting Bernardo Silva no. Who sadi and free omo. Ellen Butalan ene. Aside tactical Juma Pep Guardiola the Bemanaken, I had days over Markeno. Because first, no, Haaland is stationed number 9. Net the end of box muno or chain ball. But ene, Ellen Butalan bebanechi. Ababe boy defending. Or the bad midfield ababa jebo. No, start attack. Or start attack anywhere. It sounds so woman can't me who play or so was a Haaland or so speed is other. Before you realize, now attack or start here was I could do 18 boxing him. No, I could receive the ball. No. During the dying embers of the game, or by inside Baba G Bobby, elbow through pass with my Ryan Shaky. It was Omar Mushuada. And more sign running there, they echo. Unfortunately, Omar Mush and Timmy and you see born here. If the Haaland star now was a son or no, and swam an attack ya dang. Eddie Ama defenders. Because Oya what you say, ooh, dinner chia. He's drawing you out of your line. A baby has no was a creative space. Eddie are two defensive line here weak anymore. No more baba how. It's for me, we feel that these are some of the factors about Manchester City bobo kono. Ema nema kon kind ma omo. Na Arsenal supporters na omo so no ken omo di suro. Ye be start season na make say me say Manchester City team ni nyam po a. The Pep Guardiola factor alone etimi ye bibi. Mikel Arteta, who po omo nim Pep Guardiola wo wi ase pa o ka ho. Arsenal supporters omo di team na chiache. Ahwe Premier League na che no. Enim de Pep Guardiola betimi aye wo Premier League ni mu. Pep Guardiola ba Premier League no. And then you say why record. Record now why you say why the Premier League not was 4. But you refuse say nya Jurgen Klopp and a be mu beje ba kwa nka waja to was 8. 8. And Pep Guardiola in his element. Your boss season ni na say through December ni ewura January. Otimi bo be 15 matches no wa hye ni nyina to was. So per title now. It you almost share the last 4 matches Pep Guardiola and Manchester City ball on my ball. How consistent they have been with the wins. Now the Pep Guardiola fan element no. Now you read December, January more. We ask now supporter can we show. It's a fact. Can Manchester United and the Tottenham game no. It was a gamer. Now looking at Tottenham performance. Me jitum so home performance and yet. It's obo with any the Abema Manchester United the advantage. But personally, now me feel so Manchester United more than Tottenham. The last 5 matches are not mabo. Wins are not Tottenham mania. Or extend the last 7 in power. Not Tottenham are winning 5. I'm a Manchester United Bobo Kunenya draws 2. Before the game over the weekend. It's in clearly. A team with team Manchester United power. It's in the home performance and in here. But who call our problem because who you be team it is a person was a son nema. One is so use you know this is son nema. When the game started, so what Tottenham power. Problem a war team has been with the creative spark. Actually, one problem in Shaden Honum. But in Finfine Bear Nimuno, Zabi Simons I didn't buy so my Juman on Timmy yet. Against Manchester United, it was clear. Obetimi Akichu will be about the final product. No, a bobo on the
Florian Wirtz, one you shaper. Zabi Simons.
But Florian Wirtz didn't who because of the hype or deba.
Okay, we didn't.
And then winning the Bundesliga player of the season near the
Chelsea are dodgy bullet,
of course.
Florian Wirtz, Jabi,
Jabi Simons. I really
Chelsea and your brain super.
Aye, pa.
But be a Chelsea so almost born in the COVID map.
Ken, a bit take time, Kaka. He's a good player, especially when he has the ball at his feet. Clear. But Premier League, Niama Bakumi, Rubina, A B Tino. Again, problem Bakwa Tottenham Bobo has been with their striking department. Colomwani, Echo Bolon, Juventus, no more the money here. But Oba Tottenham ken on Chile saw that kind of striker obetimi aboa. Colomwani has played 191 minutes for Spurs, no shot on target. 191 minutes. No shot on target. It would be such a striker. If you see Manchester United defense, my defense now rest. There is no form of pressure. At the back where Manchester United, the selection of the coach. Your bomb abasopa. Even against Tottenham, he scored. But baby, Mbuomo Gina, you're very potent pa. The double number 10, no, the right side, which is closer to the right wing. And Mbuomo Gina Obuniye. But because or de Cunha. Ekobo the first number 9 runti o pushi Mbuomo e de ni kokuni amom dabre e na odi Amad Diallo be gina Mbuomo dabre ho. And if you look at the chances Amad nyaaye and the Mbuomo nyaaye na based on the 90 one team amobo ni ye bi won ma closer to the pole but just obo shot across because baby o gina no on team fa left and fa monche ni nyina the fault and the problem of the coach. Okay. He has to work on that. Na Nema and some from Manchester United bobo kono. Okay. But at least you can draw some positives because for United there were 5 matches in the Premier League. No one lose CBD. Yet he been penning se match. So clearly I feel that is a positive aspect of the game for Manchester United. Not Chelsea there. It was expected. With some Monday morning Koye was losing the best central defender Agbadu. League. Clearly it was expected. Player back who yi ni who am J Powers Garnacho ken. For the first time, that kind of weight at Chelsea being here, or flanks on them, Garnacho de Chelsea, the pace, the dribbles, everything was on point for the player. And I am sure, say Chelsea supporters now they are almost say, and they said, "Yen to motor Garnacho no, obetimi aye di amomo," and then no one or for Estevao the least said about him the better.